They fixed the mic so I can't move it, huh? Whoa, it's bright up here. All right. A stool just in case, I can't stand. Whatever. My legs get wobbly. So, how you all doing tonight? Thank you all for being here. Anyway, so I used to be an engineer, and I'll let you in on a little secret. You can always buy your math books used. They almost always arrive like they were never opened. On the other hand, never buy any magazines like Penthouse or Hustler used. Unless you're a biologist doing genetics research. I like research, except that I prefer researching words and languages. This is how I learned that Latin can be a funny language. For example, a one-eyed person in Latin is called a monocular, which got me thinking, I guess for the rest of us with 2 eyes, we're the ones walking around with binoculars on our faces. This other time I was having some acid reflux, whatever, and I was researching. I like researching a lot. And I learned that if you have difficulty swallowing, the word for that in Latin is called dysphagia. So if you can swallow normally, you don't have dysphagia. You have phagia. Well, my problem now is I don't know which one I want to avoid. My researching and learning hobbies forced me to sit down a lot. So I always wanted to do something that involves some standing physical activity, some movement. Well, so I thought I'll get up and do something. And so my first choice was a moving company, but with a bad back. I chose a stand-up comedy instead. It's a funny business, but I feel healthier. And they say that, statistics say that 1 in 4 people in the United States will develop heart disease. When I heard that, I'm like, well, thank God there's only 3 of us in our house. And yeah, the family's health is very important to us. We eat healthy, we do stairs, we do walking, we do climbing. A few times throughout the day, we go up and down the 2 stairs in our house. We walk to the garage, and we climb into our cars. That's my wife's favorite exercise routine. I'm married, by the way, so I love my wife, even though she can be demanding at times. Can you imagine she wants me to wash my hands before I pet her treasure? I mean, I realize it's delicate, warm, and fuzzy, and purrs when I touch it. Well, it's a cat, for crying out loud. She keeps a scale next to the dining room table, and she wants us to weigh ourselves before and after we eat, which is why she got me into this great shape with a blimp for a belly. Well, now that we are fat, we're no longer 69ing. Now we're 88ing. Sometimes we just eat each other's dinners. So we're a very functional family, exceptionally, as long as we don't do anything together. And positive thinking helps too. I always look at the glass as half full. I keep the glass at half full of whiskey. It makes me think life is fair, even for a little while. I pay for the whiskey, it makes me happy, it's fair. As I don't like unfairness, I don't like unfair people, selfish people, especially the unfairly selfish ones, which is why I have become a fairly selfish person. And speaking of unfairness, I always wished my cock was a little larger. They always call me the Armenian Ron Jeremy, but I wish, But, recently I thought that I had achieved that wish, and one day I went to pee and I got excited when I saw my dick was much larger. I'm like, oh yeah, finally, my wish has come true. Only when I went to wash my hands, I looked in the mirror and I noticed that I was wearing my 3X reading glasses. Well, that was a letdown. But I came up with a solution. Now I just let my wife wear my glasses during sex. That's it. All right, well, that's my time. Thank you.